Hey, it's pasthisprime here. Welcome back to Anno 1800. We're continuing on with our playthrough of the story mode, including DLCs. And we are still working our way through the Land of Lions. And yeah, experiencing all the story of that. So it's been interesting. Puzzles and stories and backgrounds and replenishing their lands to make them all watered and all glorious stuff. So let's get into it and let's have a look. So we've got, if we stick with the optionals, we've got to pick up the Chronicles of Enbesa at Katima's Clipper, headed for Kadushi. Okay.
Awaiting new horizons.
Which do we want to do? And then we've got this one here. Deliver a jet to Wahadesha. The jet is embroidered on the clothing of Wahadesha's inhabitants.
Aye.
Alright, well let's get you to go there. And then get that one. Oh, hang on. So how do we do? What do we got to do? There's one last task to be taken care of before the oasis can be considered truly thriving. The return of the Dat or Jat, the sacred bird and symbol of Wahadesha, would be a major step on the route to renewal, and it would go some way to culling the unpleasantly large population of mosquitoes on the island too. Ayasu asks you to track down this mysterious bird, often mentioned in legend, and bring a specimen back to the island. To find out what a jat is, look to the embroidered patterns on the garments worn by Wahadesha inhabitants. Animals can be found on expeditions or by lending your aid to the inhabitants of Enbesa. Deliver the item to the specified location with your ship. Right, so we have to...
Academic breakthroughs can suffer no delay. All must know of our work.
So we have to be given one. Man, you've got some chronicles going for you, haven't you?
Adjust the sail.
Okay, so I don't know where we're going to get that from, because none of our ships currently have it. Maybe we just have to wait. Maybe it'll come up at some point if we do something fantastic. Alright, let's speed up. We'll get this one done. Okay, should be coming in now.
Found any evidence of the ancient script? I fear my own. A full lexicon, and in such short time? Unbelievable. Give it here. Doubtless it will be strewn with mistakes and approximations.
Oh, this is all the decoding we did, that's right. I still don't know what we do with this one. Transcript of Oracle's etchings. A fair transcription of the glyphs found within the Oracle atop graven priestly figures tending to crops. It had something to do with this, but I still do not know.
I have reviewed the lexicon and found no quarrel with it.
Take the rudder.
You have my respect, and my help with translation if you require it.
Okay, linguistics. Decipher the inscription taken from the ancient wall. Oh, is that what we... Now I've just sent him. So let's take a look at the wall engraving. It represents two characters, one holding the jewelry of Wahadesha, the other looking like a priest from Kadushi Anatoni with their facial tattoo. A bowl of plants is shown between them, symbolizing an exchange. Okay. I can read the text above the engraving thanks to Binham's lexicon. Year 8 of Shaba, she who blooms flowers, the queen said. So this dates from the very first years of Enbesa, a testament from the early Golden Age. The text continues. Here is the speech given by the queen. May this first trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two, whatever, that these men represent. I'm not sure about the word here. Countries or nations seems most obvious, but that doesn't fit the scene represented on the wall. Oh my god, am I supposed to remember the actual... That was like mountains. Oh my god. Okay. It's been a week since I did the puzzles, so I can't remember the transcriptions anymore. Eternal friendship between the two islands that these men represent. Probably would have said countries. That seems right, but then the character with the jewelry is from Kashtar. Let's proceed. Between the two glorious islands that these men represent, for one needs the immortality plants for their... Oh, for God's sakes. I think this symbol at the end looks like a branch held by priests in the Golden Age. A symbol of religion. At least I think I recognize offering or gift at the beginning of the word. If that refers to special plants, then that must mean rituals. If that means life, then that must mean health. For one needs the immortality plants for their rituals, I'm going to say. For an offering of special plants, you say, if they were holy, wouldn't that have been included as well? Let us trust your instinct then. The text is not far from completion. For one needs the immortality plants for their rituals, while the other... well, surely farmers need the fields to cultivate. The last word is plural, so a group of individuals, but the exact meaning here, what do you make of it? I have a feeling there may be dire consequences to what we uncover here. For one needs the immortality plants for their rituals, while the other, priests, need the fields to cultivate. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. It's got to be farmers. May this first trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two glorious countries that these men represent. For one needs the immortality plants for their rituals, while the other, the farmers, need the fields to cultivate. This would mean that the Wahadesha farmers were growing deathless grace from the priests of Kashta. I don't think this translation is right, but the High Priestess wouldn't mind. Do you still think that's right? We're growing a deathless grace. What the hell does that mean? I would try again. Something seems wrong to me. Okay. A wise choice. I believe that we made a couple of mistakes. Find me whenever you're ready. Okay, what? I was supposed to read that. Alright, let's do it again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, here we go. So... how do we do this again? This sign always found just before the determinative. Plants. That's numerals. Okay. God. Oh, this is hard. So that's land or mountain. Land of human, many. Where's that other thing? Lifeless noun. Lifeless. Okay. I don't think they have one for country. So I'm going to say islands. I thought ancient script would differentiate between words more clearly, but let's proceed. Between the two glorious islands that these men represent, for one needs the immortality plants for their goods, water to sail, human again, human action, lifeless, of, life, what was that? Lifeless noun. For one needs the immortality plants for their must mean health. An offering of life, you say, a poetic depiction of health indeed. Very well, let us trust your instinct. We are not far from completing the text now. For one needs the immortality plants for their health, while the other... Okay, that's holy, goods, order to sell, holy goods to human. Oh man, I'm all guessing this one. Human action. That's many humans. So it says holy, while the other priests need the fields. See what that says. May this first trade seal the beginning of an eternal friendship between the two glorious islands that these men represent. For one needs the plants of immortality for their health, while the other, the priests, need the fields to cultivate. This would mean that the priests of Caduceus and Eterni were cultivating deathless grace to heal the people of Wahadesha. I hope you consider the weight of such an allegation. Do you really think that's right? No. Yes. Then I will officially write it down and hope for the best. Face the consequences. Oh, God.
Are you entirely certain?
No.
Very well. I will trust your judgment, though something feels off.
Well...
Heresy! We welcome and support you, only for you to repay us with fiendish lies?
She's furious. Okay. Well, that worked great.
I knew a foreigner could never translate such a document. Go to Ketema and tell him we have proof of our ancestry and will not yield.
Okay, so what options would I have had? And the desert will take it all. Retrieve the translation of the Wall of Caduceus trading post.
We assist however we may.
Alright, here we go. We clearly screwed all that up. We've still got... No, it still says there's a task over here, but it's not letting me do it. I'm sure I'm missing something obvious. I always am.
Another fragment of ancient script for my delectation. For science!
Alright. Oh god. This is really hard. You say this inscription was found in the Oracle at Wahadesha above a depiction of priestly figures cultivating the land. How very interesting. Let us see what else this will yield. I recognize these two symbols, the Holy Mountain. This is Kedushi Anatoni, I am certain of it. And was it not also on the wall inscription in the library? The first part, however, I am unsure of. I can see that that looks exactly like the traditional stone doors of buildings from the Golden Age, but any guesses? Oh god, this is so hard. Did they seriously expect everybody to understand this? I mean, because they all change. I mean, Jesus, you really have to... Oh my god, just insane. So you've got plants, goods. Do we even have that door thing? I don't think so. Okay, of holy and then land or mountain. So, looks exactly like the traditional stone doors of buildings from the Golden Age. Must mean Temple of Kedushi Anatoni. Why would I think that? It has plants. Granary? Because it's goods. Harbour. No. I'm going to say that. A granary. Yes, that does make sense. Oh, he's happier with this. But the consequences, the implications of Kedushi and its faith, we need more ample proof of this. Archaeological evidence. If there was a granary of this magnitude on Kedushi, there must be some trace of it left somewhere. Seek the granary.
Granary? On Kedushi Anatoni? Wow. If it existed, there must still be traces. Such a building must have been colossal. Such a granary, if it existed, must have been older than the library. Situated in a wide open place, I think, and there'd still be traces now.
Something that looks like it could be a granary.
A scattering of blossom.
Slow that down. That's a harbour. Don't think that's going to do anything for us. What is he wanting me to click on? Let's have a look. He asks you to investigate, recommending you focus on the open and disused stretches of the island. Could this granary be even older than the old library? Open stretches. Not really much of an open stretch. Okay, so that's the old library. Could it be that?
Aha! I think we have it. I should have known the granary would be on a holy site. A natural instinct for a land void of grain. So vast, and such a hoard of artifacts. We must begin to catalog them, of course.
Okay, analyze the artifacts in the granary. You look inside the vase and find an ancient burnt clay tablet. You make a copy of the text on a piece of paper. The glyphs carved into the burnt clay tablet read, I, Gadis, am witnessing the last few minutes of my life until the goddess welcomes me. I, Gadis, guardian of the deathless graces, have failed in my duty. The enemy burns our granary, having trapped me inside with. The text resumes with an illegible fragment. Seeds of deathless graces can disappear forever. Let this last testimony tell how we were set upon by the Kashtan king, who wanted to steal our blessed blossoms and destroy us. Let the Lord take me and judge all as they deserve when their time comes. Burnt seeds line the bottom of the vase, probably hibiscus by the scholar's estimate.
Spades.
Undeciphered etchings are scrawled across the
Burnt
sides.
seeds within. Hibiscus? And on the exterior, etchings. Writing. Can you read it?
I don't know. Can I? Okay. Ceramics. A vase of intricate design, traces of fire on its outer carapace, but there seems to be something inside. Seeds burnt as expected, but there is an inscription here. It's barely visible, but it should still be decipherable, I think. Now, this symbol I know. It is the very same symbol the priest tattooed across their face, the symbol of the hibiscus flower. Now, this first symbol, we know that means time or past. We've encountered that before on the inscription of the wall. If memory serves, it meant life, or was it faith? Okay, so that's time. What did we say that was? That's life, plant. Oh, he's saying that's what? He said something about hibiscus. Oh, that was hibiscus. Plants of eternal life. Plants of the future, then. Must means plants of the future. It's a lifeless noun. Of course, the upright hourglass here must be the flow of time, but an hourglass on its side means that the flow has ceased, the time has halted, the symbol of eternity, coupled with the symbol of life. Listen attentively. The Deathless Grace. This is a vase where Deathless Grace seeds were stored, and if the inscriptions are to be believed, then these legendary flowers are none other than hibiscus flowers. To think that the priests have kept nurturing and cherishing the flowers, despite having forgotten their purpose. This is fascinating. You must ask the High Priestess if she knows of this. Question the High Priestess. Where is the High
The
Priestess?
priests cannot have lived here so long and not known of this. Had we not thought to dig deeper? I sense a hidden agenda at work. You should confront the High Priestess.
I will. I've got to remember where she is. Where is she? Over here.
So you have found it. Perhaps it is best. Secrets weigh heavy, and I weary of deceit. I suppose you deserve the truth. Come and listen.
Hibist Kush, we called these, the Deathless Grace. We were guardians, then tending to the guardians of Sil Amidos and providing for the Queen's lands. It was our great honour to tend these flowers, and before long, custom had it that only priests should care for them, the gifts of the gods. Examine the statue of Kadushi Anatoni. Oh, that's that one there. An ancient statue, abandoned and derelict. It bears an uncanny resemblance to the statues of... When we came to Enbesa, the Kashtan king gave us the great province of Bahadesha to farm, of which this island was only a fragment. Some priests embraced Kashtan culture, raising tall statues like this one, while others retired to the mountains and founded a temple. This temple. In the mountains we strove to grow the hibiscus kush again. We sowed and dug canals and piled our granary high with grain and flowers. We learned the flowers' secrets. We grew wise in the ways of mending and healing, and many came to us seeking cures for their ailments. Examine the wall of the old library. Which wall? Oh, this wall? Hang on. Or is it this one? Depictions of priests tilling the land stretched across the ancient granary walls. No, it's not that one. Is it that one? Such was our reputation that one day an emissary from Kashtan came to us. The king lay dying and offered to reward us if he could be saved from the grip of the Lifera. That event was described on the wall you uncovered. We stood by his bed for 7 days and nights, brewing and caring for him, and he lived. Grateful, the king swore friendship to Kadushi and to Enbesa. Alright, examine the burnt pots. Oh, hang on, I just did that. Did that one. But we were deceived. The king coveted our knowledge and sent murderers in the night who slew many, burnt our temple, took the flowers, and left the land barren. We were devastated. Nurturing the plants was the reason for our existence, but the king of Enbesa refused to risk angering the mighty Kashtar. We declined and we wilted. Examine the old library. We took our grief to ink and vellum. We wrote extensively, all our knowledge and history housed within a great library in the mountains. The old library you have excavated, but it did not last. The mad king Suya pillaged our lands, seeking immortality we did not have any more, and once again much was lost to fire. Examine the new library. Follow the high priestess and listen to her stories. As the man king rampaged through Enbesa, slaying or displacing its people, we turned once again to writing and wove a new history for our land. As darkness came upon the memory of Enbesa, we wove a tapestry. Okay, well,
This letter will lay
we didn't get all
everything
that.
out for the emperor to see. May wisdom guide him. It is time we embraced our duty to the people of Enbesa rather than our pride. We shall join the emperor and serve the tenets of a renewed faith for the good of all.
Okay, so deliver the letter to Katima at Katima's Clipper. So who got the letter? Where is the letter? Or is that the letter? Oh, that's the letter. Okay,
Adjust the sail.
off we go. There's a giraffe. Almost there, are we? Wait, what? It looks like it's almost there on the map. But I see it not. Ah, there it is. Here we go.
A letter from the High Priestess. I wonder what new deceit it brings. Long does it... So all it took to make them see the beauty of change was the discovery of the remains of the past. The irony is precious, but their offer of unity is tempting. They will kneel and pledge to the Empire as long as they are allowed to grow the sacred hibiscus. A small favor I shall happily grant. You have worked wonders on Kidusi. Learning truth and tolerance, I have founded a temple here in Tabarim, so that we can learn to be more inclusive of individual belief for the greater good of the whole.
At last, our magnum opus is complete. I have had several copies made. Masterful craftsmanship, if I do say so myself.
He has a gift for me. Wait, what?
Much lies ahead of us, but all things I can look to proudly, without shame or deceit. I thank you for this. Come find me in Kidusi when you have a moment.
Everybody wants my attention.
Steersman,
I am just but one man. Okay, go faster, go faster. Come on.
There it is. A final, exhaustive, comprehensive copy of the Chronicles of the Land of Lions. Shall we?
This vase honors the memory of the greatest of our queens millennia ago. Upon it are the most ancient writings, which I had translated for you by way of thanks.
These chronicles herald a new golden age, the age of lions, the triumph of Enbesa, and we, the architects of its splendor.
Your own poets may soon sing the splendors of Enbesa.
Too long have our books remained unread and dust-laden. I have had them removed to the harbor so that all may consult them and grow in wisdom.
The lone and level sands stretch far away. But what of beyond the sands, and what pale walls and statues still stand? What king caught in the glory of his prime?
A check copy?
Okay. That was a bit of an unusual break there. Throw in a bloody newspaper in the middle
hope
of...
to publish truths I can be proud of.
Well, I'm glad you're liking that. Right, we are full with this thing. What do we get? So, equipment in museum, attractiveness plus 50. That's cool. Equipment in museum, attractiveness plus 50 again. And we can also sell them if we so wish. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this stuff yet, but we can't keep carrying it around. Now, we've still got this main story, but what the hell is this one? Epic of Lions. Look on my works, ye mighty. Discuss the Emperor's wish to honour Enbesa's history. Yeah. Hallowed and hallow now is the ancient glory of Tambarim, but I will not see its clear heart fail. The chronicles must be completed. The lost ages of Enbesa restored. The temple of Elam will rise again, as will the Enbesan National
Perhaps this
Museum.
island is as yet unclaimed?
And what do you want me to do? Just
This
take the
island
bloody thing.
is the earthly twin of Tian, the mighty heaven.
I really wish that they stopped this
A
stuff
competitor
happening
raised a settlement.
while you're in screens like this. It really would be great if it was sort of like automatic pause. That's what I would have liked. Because they're so annoying. What, do I close this, go and do it, come back, you know, what? Or I just ignore it like I just did. The chronicles must be completed. The lost ages of Enbesa restored. The temple of Elam will rise again, as will the Enbesan National Museum. And your completed chronicles will be its crown jewel. I trust you will aid me in this. I shall compile the history of Enbesa for you. Let others pursue this objective. I have other matters to attend to. Oh, Jesus.
I trust you will see it done.
Ah, okay.
So what shall it be? What a bore. We have made great progress here, but let us review what material we have before moving on.
Can I get another? In Besa's Silver Age, canonically starts with the fall of King Surya and the rise to power of the Seven. It is usually seen to end with the sundering of the Seven. Questions that need answering. Which island was never governed by one of the Seven? One of the islands at the time was described as leaderless. The remains of the Seven's house can be found on the islands near Tambarum, where they ruled. If you can find the remaining leaders' houses, we'll be able to deduct the leaderless island. Look for isolated or prominent houses. How large was Tambarum? By all accounts, the city flourished under the Seven's rule. Finding the ancient city walls could help establish the limits of the city. At the time, it can't have been much greater than the city today, so perhaps look near the city's current borders. Note, please report back as soon as possible.
The assignment's due soon.
Can we pick some stuff up? Find the ruins of the Seven Princess Palace on Kadushi Wahadesha or Agrat houses, found 0 of 2. Hint, look at the scholar's note for further information. What scholar's note?
Stations.
That's not a scholar's note. Maybe that's a scholar's note. Kind of need my ship over here.
Just say the word.
So is this the scholar's note? You can find the remaining leaders' houses. We will deduct the
A
leaderless islands.
competitor's island withstood an attack.
So, we're supposed to be sort of looking here.
I wish to spread harmony.
Wished alliance. No, I don't want to
It
let
is
go away.
unethical.
Yeah, I don't care. Just leave me alone. I'm trying to do something. So, I didn't quite get what I was looking for here. And it's not really going to tell me, is it?
A competitor's island withstood an attack.
Find the ruins of the 7 princess palaces on Kadushi, Wahadesha, or Agra houses, found 0 of 2. Okay, Wahadesha. Let's have a look here. Still got a quest here. Oh, that's for the, that'll be for that thing, won't it? Rubble and wreckage from Wahadesh's history long since past. Recognition. I don't even know what I'm really looking for here. I know it said there's a clue. Oh, there's one. Possibly the only house to survive the... You're not going to tell me again, are you? Okay. Well, that's one. What was the other island? Agra. Agra... No. Where's Agra? This one? Ah, okay. Okay, an ancient house. Master at Arms. It's that one. Find traces of Tamarum's Silver Age fortifications. Walls found. In search of traces of the Silver Age. While he's already compiled much of the available information, two answers still elude him: the size of the Silver Age Tambrum and the exact apportionment of the lands ruled by the Seven at the time. Okay, so if we look at the scholar's note, by all accounts, the city flourished under the Seven's rule. Finding the ancient city walls could help estimate the limits of the city at the time. It can't have been much greater than the city today, so perhaps looking near the city's current borders. So is Tambrum an island? It is. There it is. It's the main island. Okay. All right. So this is where... Okay. So we're looking for the borders of the walls. It's got to be something... Looking for a wall. That's one.
The report
That's
is
two.
detailed, of course. Let me see. Quite passable. Carry on. I've gathered some more information for you in a note.
Oh, God. Okay, the Bronze Age. God, Jesus, I cray. Scholars attest that Enbesa's Bronze Age began with the unification of the land under the rule of Yet Barok, heir of Selamalwi, after the fall of the Seven, and ended when Lebni's grandson was murdered in Agrabi. I'll slow that down. Barely a century ago. Despite this recent history, some questions remain unanswered. The roster of works built by Yet Barok is incomplete. He is known for his many defensive installations against the Sands Kingdoms in Agrab, Tabarum and Kadushi, as well as the Kasar walls on Wahadesha. Investigate each of these and report to me. Where is the fabled hidden access to the Temple of Kadushi Anatoni? Yet Barok was known for building secret passages in his strongholds for fear of successful invasions. While the passage on the Agrabah and the mountain pass on Wahadesha are known, the passage below the Temple of Kadushi remains hidden. Perhaps you could find it. Right, so what are we looking for? Installations against...
If you could oblige.
Find 3 of Tebrak works on Kadushi, Tabarum and Agrab. Monuments found. So we're looking for monument. What, you looking for that? No, you just had a symbol. Temples, temples, temples. Or monuments. That? Ah, I was hoping that was the one. No, that is not one. I mean, it's got to be ancient, doesn't it? Isn't that the point? No, it's not the lighthouse. Hmm. Oh, I'm not really finding anything here. Maybe let's go to another island and see if we can work something out. Gotta find some of his works. What the hell am I looking for?
Where the smoke falls, so will the phoenix rise.
Oh, hang on. It doesn't say what. Desha, what are you doing? Kadushi. Oh, God. Okay. So I'm just wasting my time. It's not that, is it? No. Okay, so that was one? Oh man, it could be anything. Oh, there's the second one. And Agrabah, where's that one again? Down here. So it really could be anything. No. I guess you're supposed to zoom in and find the actual writing. Oh, looks like we did it. Find the hidden path through the mountains on Kadushi. The hidden path through the mountains. What, is that not it? Nope. Through the mountains. Is it down here somewhere? Okay, let's have a look at the note. Jeez, we're full again. Ibruk was known for building secret passages in his strongholds for fear of successful invasions. While the passage on Agrabah and the mountain pass on Wahadesh are unknown, the passage below the temple on Kadushi remains hidden. Perhaps you could find it. Below the temple on Kadushi. That's the temple. Oh, is it this tree thing? Wasn't there a tree? No, it wasn't a tree. Oh, I think I found it.
The report is detailed, of course. We're nearing the end of our trials. One chapter remains, that of your own tribulations in Enbesa.
What does that mean?
New orders?
At last, our magnum opus is complete. I have had several copies made. Masterful craftsmanship, if I do say so myself.
Aye.
There it is. A final, exhaustive, comprehensive copy of the Chronicles of the Land of Lions. Shall we? These chronicles herald a new golden age. The Age of Lions. The triumph of Enbesa. And we, the architects
On
of
our
its
way.
splendor.
We have too much stuff.
Bright blazes the soul of Enbesa.
So we probably should empty our ships before we do any more. But we have to get this one over first.
Take the rudder.
Right, we've got the Epic of the Lands of Lions. Okay. I'm not reading all that. It looks good, but I am not reading it all. Good job. I don't know what we do with it. Okay, I mean, what we can
Fleet
do
ready?
is go back here. Get rid of all this stuff. And money keeps going up and down, but we're not going broke, so I'm okay to ignore it for now. we'll obviously want to work on a few of these things and make some more stuff later, but let's see what the story gets us to do first before we get carried away with anything else. Come on, let's get our ships down. Okay, so I thought they were mine then. I'm thinking, geez, that's an impressive ship. I don't remember having that. Because it's not mine. Well, it's not even mine. We got a fire somewhere.
Ready for assignment?
Okay, so we are going to drop those off.
Aye.
Get you. You drop that off as well. Just make sure they're all in here. I'll have to remember they're all there. Because I'm sick of being full. Alright, sail to this place.
Schooner
Alright.
reporting.
Okay, so we're going to do that.
Adjust the sail.
But we're going to have to do that in the next video because we have done enough in this one. So we've done most of the optionals. We just have this one here, but I can't do much about that until somebody actually gives me one. I'm assuming no one has it for sale.
Good to see you still got your kneecaps.
Thanks, dear. You're such a lovely person. Maybe, you know what, we'll look for that another time because I don't want to trigger the story right now. So, yeah, we're going to call it for quits for this video. So if you like the channel and you want to support it further, check the description below. It's a link to a Patreon site and a link to a virtual coffee site. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Really helps the channel out immensely, and I really do appreciate the support. Most importantly, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you think of how I'm playing. You know, feel free to give me advice, ask me questions, whatever. You know, let me know. Have you played it? Have you gone through all of these? Did you enjoy it? How did you go? All that sort of stuff. You know, if there's any things of wisdom without, I guess, story spoiling, then feel free to share them with me. I'm always looking for ways to improve, all that sort of stuff. Or if you just want to chat about anything, suggest other games, talk about any games, talk about this, anything at all, just put it in the comments because I read all the comments and I answer every comment that warrants an answer as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.